Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching JunkWorks Garage. Well, as you can see, I got my garage all torn apart here. Yet again, if you haven't already watched another one of my videos and don't know about this, I have torn apart my garage and we're trying to reorganize. And in part of doing that, I have been working on reorganizing this toolbox right here. So, in the midst of doing that, I have realized I have some videos on this as well. Go check out my tools, products, and reviews playlist. I have a playlist for all my different videos, so go check them out. But in the midst of that, I started out with less in here and added, unfortunately, more tools. And by doing that, I have started making a mess out of my tools. Now, as you can see, I have taken and started kind of working on this. And although it is somewhat working, it's just not what I want. And I'll show you what I've been doing. And this has actually been pretty good. I've been living with this for a few months now just to see if I would like it. And what it is just some wound up coat hanger. I saw a video where a guy took some wiring, some copper wiring, and wound it like this. Well, I have like a ton of metal coat hangers, so I decided, well, I'm going to try that. And it's worked really well as far as being strong. You can pull wrenches in and out with no problem. But it just doesn't look quite like I want. It looks kind of like a snake going through there. And I just decided to go ahead and break down and buy something. I've tried everything. I've tried from what the wrenches come with to things like these, and these work okay for some things, to taking some Harbor Freight matting, and as you can see, I've cut some holes in it for my wrenches and kind of stuck them down in there. This is from a different drawer that I'm working on. That's more for pliers and things like that. But what I've gone ahead and done is order this up right here. Now, I got this off Amazon. It's off TEKTON, but it came in that package wound in a bunch of paper here. And I was actually kind of surprised. I've already opened this up. I was kind of surprised. It came with the stickers here for some of the different sizes. It looks like there's both standard and metric sizes in here. They're white. Now, they had red ones and black ones from what I could see, and I went ahead and went with black because red doesn't really, I'm not a big fan of red. Probably one of the only people on the planet. I don't mind red, but it's not my favorite thing, and it doesn't really mesh with my toolbox or my plan for the toolbox. So I went ahead and got the black ones here. Now, I will put a price in the screen somewhere here of how much I paid for it. Caveat on that was for the 80. I went ahead and bought one for 80, even though I've counted and I have like 112 wrenches, so I'm gonna have to buy more, but I want to test these out first before I buy any more. I believe they were the cheapest either way, but there is another one that is the same thing. They look like they come from the same factory, just different name. I can't remember it. I'll put that in the screen if I can find it. But regardless, I do think if you bought less, sometimes those ones were cheaper. I definitely got a better deal because I bought the pack of 80. You could do 20, or I'm not sure if it went 20, 40, and then 80, I believe, was the different packages you could buy from TEKTON. And depending on which one you bought, if you bought the 80, it was cheapest. It went up from there as far as the kits were concerned. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out, start kind of messing with them, getting them in the box here, and we'll probably fast forward you through that. Well, as you can see, I've got to get this figured out. Now, it works really good for most everything. As far as these like real tiny ones, if they're in here, they're definitely gonna have to pick for them kind of thing. So I don't know, they're a little bit wide, and definitely as far as these shorty ones, the big one here, even, let's see, the biggest one, that is the biggest one right there, and even that, it's a little, they're kind of wobbly in these, and the smallest one out of those just won't fit no matter what. It's going to roll one way or the other, or you got to kind of balance it in there like that. So I would say that the shorties don't work as well in here, so I'm going to take the ones that I had these in and use it for something else. And I need to figure out how to place everything in here so I can get everything in. As far as the space savings, I'd say it's pretty good. In this Harbor Freight box, I wish either these were just a little bit shorter or the box was a little bit longer, because I have enough space for almost getting another one in here, and I don't quite have it. I haven't tried side to side. I may end up turning things and switching things. So by the end of this, I'll give you a little look at what I've gotten done so far. At some point, I will have another toolbox tour. I have a few toolbox tours, so you can go check those out if you like them. But when I get this all completely done, I'm going to have a toolbox tour, and you'll see it then. Up here in this top box, I definitely got more room, so I'm hoping I can maybe get these up in here and have another drawer, or vice versa. But I will say, as far as that, you might have probably saw me putting these in, and if you were to use it this way, you definitely can't get to the wrenches back here, because this box just doesn't quite go far enough out to where you could reach back in here and get a wrench. So the wrenches in these top boxes, if you have wrenches anyway, definitely need to be going this direction, or you'd have to lay them flat like I have them here. Although I will say, down here it seems like you can get in here. This just sticks out a little further. So I might make it, see if I can put them the other way in here. Yet again, at the end, I'll let you see what I did when I'm all finished. But you can kind of get a pretty good idea of how these work as far as that's concerned. They work pretty well. They hold things fairly tightly. I can put stickers right here. They have a little spot for a sticker for each size, which I may go back and do, but I'm going to wait until I'm all done and not messing with them anymore before I do all that. These curved ones here, you can see that they're kind of a curved shape there. They work fine in there. You definitely got to kind of get them whichever direction you want them, kind of thing. So, and then these ones are fairly curved as well, and they seem to work in there pretty well. They do, on the bottoms, have a hole. I believe it's for a magnet. You can buy magnets for them. If you have a rubber thing especially, I would say you probably don't need a magnet, because if you look at that one, it's not moving at all, and I'm pushing on that pretty good, and this didn't move at all. But I do have a Harbor Freight mat down in there. It's one of those Harbor Freight mats cut up and shoved down in there. I actually think I have two. I'm not sure if I have one or two. Yeah, there's two of them actually cut on and glued on top of each other. I was planning on cutting that down and trying to put these in here and slicing slices, and that was my next plan, but I decided that was just, I got more things that I want to do than to spend time doing something like that anymore. So I'm ready to kind of show you an end result for now anyway. Yet again, keep an eye out for a toolbox tour sometime after 2024, and I will have an end to this hopefully, or at least where I plan on keeping it for a while. Not sure if this is how I want it. I gotta live with it this way for a while before I say, yep, this is how I'm gonna have it. But for right now, I went ahead and put my sockets up here. I'm not even gonna go through all these drawers, but I did put my ratchets and extensions in this drawer for now. Now I know I have room there, But yet again, I really do like at the end of the day just kind of putting my tools down, and then I can take them and put them away. I also got the bucket out so I can put that there. And I got this on the side, but there's always stuff kind of sitting on that, so I don't like to count on that, I guess. So yet again, we'll live with it for a while. But what I did do, I also, instead of having some wrenches in these two drawers, I put crescent wrenches and a few other things that I had up in the top here just laying around. And then I got my metric wrenches, which here's the TEKTON or TEKTON units here. I did go ahead and go with this type of thing, and I cut it down and put my shorties in that. These ones, I don't know where I got them. I think I might have got them at Sears a long time ago with some Craftsman stuff. I'm not positive, but they got that sticky white thing there. And when I figure out exactly where I want it, which is probably going to be there for now anyway, then I'll stick that where I want it, but right now I am just kind of keeping it where it is. I do have, this is all metric, but I do have a couple of my standard ones in here, my big ones, and you'll see why in a minute, and some picks because I had room. And yet again, not the way I'm going to probably keep it in the end, but there you go. There is the drawer I was working on in the video. Yet again, the shorty ones, I use these ones here. And that's what I got the shorty ones. The TEKTON ones, or TEKTON, whatever you want to call them, do not work very well with those shorty ones. But all the rest of them have the TEKTON things. And part of the reasons why I put those bigger ones in the next drawer up is because I wanted my 3/8 in with this set right here, because I use 3/8 a lot. So I wanted to make sure it was where I knew where it was and could grab it. I didn't want to. As you can see, I got a little bin here. It's one of these kind of bins where you put little things in. I have a few extras of those that I have torn apart, as you can see, that don't have homes, and I go ahead and cut the little pullers off of them and use them like that. So regardless, that works pretty well for that. Most of those I don't use a lot, but the 3/8, I didn't want to throw a 3/8 in there because I definitely use my 3/8 a lot. And then we got our assorted ratcheting ones through here. I got my line wrenches here, my gear wrench ratcheting, straight head ones, my Craftsman ratcheting, the I don't know, wobbly head ones. I don't know why names, whenever you do videos, names just go away, but regardless, can make the heads go whatever direction I want in them. Shorties, and then these are also Craftsman. These are like a newer Craftsman. They still say made in the USA, but questionable. In the end, I am very happy with how I have this. Yet again, things may change depending on situations, but right now I'm pretty happy with this. It's hasn't been like this for a long time, and it's been really bothering me. So far, these TEKTON, there's the TEKTON, and then there's the other one. They're all made, I'm pretty sure, in the same factory. Could be wrong, who knows. Both will work, and these work awesome. This is definitely, bar none, the best scenario I could come up with. Definitely based on things like these ones here. They just don't really work very well. And yet again, I've come up with some homemade ideas, and they just never look quite right. This is probably the nicest this has ever looked. Well, get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one. All right.